This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by HostGator. Coming up on Destructoid, Crysis 3 gets an official announcement. The Witcher 2 wants you to enhance your performance and your experience, and Bethesda teases us with a mysterious image right now on Destructoid.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I am Max Scoville.
How you doing, Max?
I don't like Mondays. How are you?
I hate Mondays. I used your Axe hair paste earlier because I was having some flyaways, and now my hair smells like teenage pregnancy.
Teenage pregnancy is a problem that
can't
follows me
win.
wherever I go. Speaking of impregnating things, probably the biggest release of the week is The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Enhanced Edition on PC and Xbox 360. While the regular PC version was released almost a year ago, this marks Geralt of Rivia's console debut. The game's developers at CD Projekt Red seem like pretty cool guys, and they're giving the people who bought the original Witcher 2's PC release full access to all the enhanced versions enhancements in the form of an 11 gig update. Destructoid's Maurice Tan was nice enough to run through the game a second time and make notes of what's been added and changed, and he's got a long detailed article over on Destructoid.com, but I figured I would run down a few of the highlights. The Enhanced Edition includes the additions of cross-chapter inventory storage, an arena mode, and an extra dark difficulty setting that have already been patched in the PC version, as well as a pair of new side quests in the third act that should add at least a couple hours to a playthrough. Tweaks have been made to the graphics, and as you might expect, the camera and controls have been revamped a bit for use on a gamepad. There have been some subtle adjustments made to the game's early difficulty, making it less tough on new players, and there's also the addition of a tutorial and tip system. I'm actually going to be putting up my impressions/review of the 12 or so hours I spent playing the game this weekend. And if you're interested in how the game is to someone whose first exposure to the series is on a console, spoiler alert, I really liked it. But keep an eye open because we're going to have that video up soon. While we're on the subject of epic fantasy action RPGs, we have a release date for the Dragon's Dogma demo that's going to be hitting XBLA and PSN in North America on April 24th and Europe on April 25th. That is next week. The full game itself comes out on May 22nd, and I highly recommend everyone go check out the demo because it's actually a really cool game. And if you're antsy for the demo, in the meantime, go check out the preview I did a few weeks back because it's super good and there's monsters in it all over the place.
Can I borrow The Witcher when you're done with it?
We actually have an extra copy.
Oh,
it's
sweet.
really sexy.
Wow.
There's so much genitals in that.
It looks really good.
It's really sexy.
It's very pretty.
Very sexy.
So after last week's incredibly anticlimactic leak, EA has done the obvious and confirmed that Crysis 3 is in development and is due for a spring 2013 release date.
Surprise!
Surprise! According to reports, the game returns to its New York setting, but with a bit of a twist. The Cell Corporation has now turned the city into a nanodome, making its environment one of an urban rainforest, blending the jungle setting of the first game with the cityscape of the second one. To go along with that, the game also promises 7 distinct and treacherous environments, a far less linear style of play than the previous game, and bows, apparently? EA released some screenshots of the game, including a few box art photos that show the prophet posed on a precipice, wielding a bow of sorts, which I thought was a crossbow, but apparently is something completely different.
It's a compound bow.
It's a compound bow, which is a thing that I don't know what it is. But personally, I thought the box art seemed a little premature for a game that just got announced like this morning. But then I saw that they've listed pre-order bonuses and limited editions out there as well, so the box art doesn't seem so premature, I guess. They've got one limited edition already available for pre-order, which is the Crysis 3 Hunter Edition. That includes the Hunter Nanosuit module, a bonus XP boost for multiplayer, 3 exclusive dog tags, and an exclusive skin for the new bow weapon. Pre-ordering the Hunter Edition at various retailers will also get you some extra multiplayer packs as well, including the Stalker pack, which gets you the Jackal shotgun. They've also got the Overkill pack, which features the Typhoon assault weapon, and the Predator pack, which gets you the Feline submachine gun. That's really all we know for now, but based on what I've seen so far, it looks really pretty. I'm thinking I might step my PC game up a bit. Does this game look sexy to you guys?
I played a bit of the Crysis 2, which was kind of linear. I think it was sort of disappointing after following how cool Crisis was.
Yeah.
I like the idea of an urban rainforest. That's actually the fragrance I wear, urban rainforest.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that also an Axe flavor?
A little bit.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, as you guys might recall, in a totally unprecedented move, last year's Pokemon Black and White are going to be given proper sequels, like numbered sequels instead of just stupid colored versions. Not a whole lot has been revealed about Pokemon Black and White 2, but today we have an official Japanese trailer and some screens. The game's plot is all new, and while it still takes place in the Unova region, and it doesn't roll out a new generation of Pokemon, it should still be enough to get the attention of fans. Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott are still the starter Pokemon, but players will start the game in a new hometown as a new character and have new friends. Isn't that lovely? The screenshots show off a couple new bosses, and the trailer shows off a bunch of older generation Pokemon, so it's safe to assume that perhaps they will be more readily available in Black and White too. And I imagine that will appeal to fans as well. At one point, we actually get a glimpse of Eevee, who has always been my favorite Pokemon. I like Eevee. And there's that stupid sheep one that I'm not so fond of. Anyway, Pokemon Black and White 2 hits the Nintendo DS in Japan on June 23rd and will undoubtedly make its way to the West eventually, but for now, there is still no official date on that.
That is exciting news. Incredibly
Bullshit,
exciting.
Tara
Let's
Long,
move
you
on.
hate Pokemon.
Speaking of June, E3, believe it or not, just less than 2 short months away. So in the coming weeks, I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot of speculation about what will and won't be shown off. One thing is for certain, however, and that is that Nintendo will undoubtedly be the star of the show, for better or for worse. The final version of the Wii U is going to be there in all its playable glory. And according to Eurogamer, Nintendo is going to be revealing some new projects to go alongside it, including another game in the Super Mario Brothers series. This information came straight from an interview that Spanish newspaper El Mundo did with Shigeru Miyamoto, where he mentioned that Nintendo would be announcing a new Super Mario Brothers game for the Wii U. And a Nintendo spokesperson later confirmed that, adding that they'd have more to announce about plans for the E3 Expo at a later date. Miyamoto also noted in the interview that there were a few other small but important projects in the works for Nintendo, including Luigi's Mansion 2, which was previously announced for the 3DS at last year's E3, as well as a new Pikmin game, which he says will take advantage of the new HD screen resolution. But back to Mario. Apparently, Nintendo recently registered the domain Super Mario 4, which was previously assumed to be related to the upcoming side-scrolling Mario 3DS game that Nintendo announced earlier this year, I think back in January. But now that the news of another sequel is broken, it seems way more likely that the Wii U game is actually going to be Super Mario Bros. 4, because that would be a huge draw for, what Nintendo's hoping is going to be their next flagship console. Of course, that all depends on the system's launch lineup, and as of right now, we still know very little, like maybe this much.
It's so
but
weird.
Still, speculation, always fun.
Mario's been around for 26 years now?
Actually, if they released one at launch with the Wii U, that would be 24 years, not almost to the day, but
finally,
24
Super
years
Mario
and a month
4.
after Super Mario Bros. 3 came out.
Oh, God.
Which was in 88, I believe.
Why do they do numbers anymore?
I don't know, but
this
is going to be...
It's
been a while.
I just want to see a new Mario Paint where you can write amazing songs using cat and pig noises.
I'm excited to get back to just a platformer Mario.
Yeah, I could
That'd
dig
be
it.
cool
I don't
if
know.
they did it right.
I'm sick of hearing news about the Wii U because we still haven't seen the Wii U, really. We've seen the Wii U doing tech
Well, all
demos.
that will change in less than 2 short months, Max.
I'm so impatient, and I need to catch up on sleep, probably.
My friend.
Okay.
I'm going to take a word from our sponsor, and then we'll
like
be
a
back
plan.
with more speculation. HostGator can get your blog or website up and running in just minutes. With plans starting at $3.96 a month, you can get 24/7 support and access to website building tools with over 4,000 templates. They will even migrate your current website for free. HostGator servers are 130% powered by wind energy, not to mention they offer unlimited disk space and bandwidth, a 45-day money-back guarantee, and $100 Google AdWords credit to help you market your site. For Revision 3 viewers, HostGator is offering 25% off your order or your first month completely free. Just go to HostGator.com and enter the code Destructoid at checkout. Yay, web hosting!
Go do that.
Yeah.
Web hosting powered by giant fans. So, right after we shoot today's show, Tara and I are going down to the local tavern, and we're going to check out the recently announced Kinect integration for Skyrim, which should be fun.
Super exciting.
Because there will be beers and shouting at the TV,
Will
which is
there
a
be
fun
mead?
thing. I don't know.
They should start serving mead at Skyrim
I
events.
don't know if that's a good idea.
Nord
But
mead.
Well, anyway, if that wasn't enough to come from the House of Dragon Shouts and Vault Boy bobbleheads, Bethesda has released a single mysterious image on their various social media outlet websites today, along with the single word, tomorrow. Now, this picture could be anything. It is a kind of dirty-looking man sitting in a dark room. That could be Elder Scrolls related, or Fallout related, or even related to Bethesda's other rumored and upcoming titles like Dishonored, Prey 2, or Doom 4. I mean, it could be something completely new. We have no idea. It's a man sitting in the dark. Of course, everyone's thinking it's going to be Skyrim DLC, and thanks to some careful browsing of Reddit during valuable company time, Tara dug up some details about what Skyrim DLC might entail.
Allow me to place on my speculation specs that I've been wearing this whole show, because we do a lot of speculation on here, believe it or not. So if you guys recall, Bethesda's parent company, ZeniMax, filed a trademark for the name Dawnguard back in March of this year. And although there were no other details at the time, people speculated that it might be related to Skyrim's first round of DLC. The most obvious explanation behind this is the mythic Dawn cult from Oblivion, which is the group containing mythic Dawn guards who worshipped the Daedric Prince of Destruction, and they were also responsible for killing Uriel Septim VII. Now, this fits in with the theory that I've been hearing a lot on Twitter this morning, which is that the dirty man in the picture is actually Martin Septim, the illegitimate son of Uriel Septim VII. There have also been some rumors floating around, including one from a former Bethesda employee. We still don't know if this is real or not. Chances are it's fake. But anyway, he claims that you're going to be able to fly and perform combat while riding dragons and other various creatures. And while I don't doubt that that functionality will someday be implemented in Skyrim, I certainly don't think it'll be this early on in the DLC cycle. But, you know, that's like what everybody was saying that they wanted.
I wasn't taking my
right
notes.
after it came out. What?
I was playing with my septum.
Oh, ew, I didn't see that.
It was my Uriel Septim.
Right. So to sum up all this speculation, I'm 95% certain this is related to Skyrim DLC. The other 5% of me is secretly hoping that it's Fallout news of some sort, and then there's a secret extra 1% that hopes it's related to Skynet, but that's probably not it.
Dude, I want new Fallout things so much. Like,
I know,
I'm so just dirty, nasty, excited for a new Fallout. Like, you look at Skyrim and then you're like, but what if that wasn't so pretty? And what if it was gross and scary and it was all beat up and you were in a vault?
Well,
it could be so cool.
Some people were saying that this doesn't look like Fallout, and I'm like, well, obviously they're going to be putting Fallout 4 on some kind of new engine. Probably the creation engine, so it's going to look the same as Skyrim.
You know, I feel like they would have. I mean, it could be like, you know, the Passion of the Christ or something. It's a guy with long hair who's like a little bit scruffy.
It's got the same aesthetic as Skyrim, really.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to believe it would be anything else.
I don't know. It's such a cruel teaser image, you know. It's not like
it's not exciting.
There's nothing
but it's
to
also,
go on.
There's nothing to go on, which is probably why they did it.
We're so used to like internet cyber detectives just taking any image and just tearing it apart and, you know, cross-analyzing everything and being like, that blob in the background could be so-and-so.
I know. Reddit really failed me this time, man. I thought they would have a definitive answer, but I guess
Step up your game, cyber detectives.
Yep. So that is all the news we have for today's show, but before we go, you should check out last week's episode of Casual Friday, where Max and Anthony and myself discussed our thoughts on the future of motion gaming. Connect, Wii U, etc. That
Hawaiian
is at
shirts.
youtube.com/rev3games. What did you say?
I said Hawaiian shirts.
Oh,
Look at that Hawaiian shirt.
There are also Hawaiian shirts, I am told. Also, very important, our final reminder, we're going to be streaming live from our Twitch TV channel tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'm going to have to wake up at the butt crack of dawn for this, so you guys better be there to support us or I'm going to get really mad. We're going to be hopefully playing Trials Evolution a day before it comes out with some of the devs who made it, but if not, we're going to be playing other things that are just as cool. So again, tune in at twitch.tv/rev3games, 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. And also make sure you're following us on Twitter because we're going to be tweeting out reminders shortly before we go live. You can find me on there at Terra Longest. He is Max Scoville. And be sure you're following the show as well at DToid Show for all our official tweets and things. Anything else, Max?
I wasn't picking my nose, seriously.
Okay, all right. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early then.